Christy. You're watching Tiny Turtle Tarot and this is your reading. If it's found you for a reason. Trust the timing, trust your intuition, and when something I say resonates, please let me know by liking and subscribing. Please know I'll never reply to your comments telling you to message me through WhatsApp to get a reading. That is not me doing that. Even if it looks like me, it's not me. So block, report or ignore, but just know it's not me. Let's get on with your reading. Let's see what is happening. What is going on? I'm feeling kind of goofy, feeling kind of strange. Before I hit record, I was like half asleep, ready for a nap. Then I hit record and I'm like, goofy energy, so I don't know what this is about. What's happening? What's about to happen? Knight of Swords, King of Swords, Five of Cups. These cards are very grey and very dull. Oh, the Emperor. Okay, there's colour in him. So, I'll talk you through these and then maybe get some more. I want to show you what I mean. So, Knight of Swords, then you have King of Swords, and then you have Five of Cups. And look how grey they all are. Your life might be feeling very mundane and very grey and very predictable and very boring. And then there's this Emperor popping up, adding a little bit of colour, adding a bit of spice, adding a bit of zest. I don't know. It's very interesting. Could also be you. You could be this Emperor. Remember, you can kind of bring the light if your life is very dark and very boring and very dull, or dark and heavy, whatever it may be. You can bring the light that you're looking for. It can come from you, and even though you're creating it, you still get to feel the impact of that. So don't think, oh, you know, like sometimes, yeah. Just know that you can bring the light you are seeking. There's a quote in there from Dumbledore. If you know, you know. Just, yeah. Don't underestimate the power you can have on others' lives, but also your own, by becoming what is lacking around you. Now, Knight of Swords. This is Knight in Shining Armour. I think there's someone coming in to actually almost be what you are for other people. What you are for other people. I think you just bring this goofy, silly energy. This thing, like, it's nice because you're either very unpredictable, you're very light-hearted, you're very silly, goofy. People could perceive you as childish or something like that, and you're actually just trying to bring a bit of light-hearted, why are you taking life so seriously? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what you bring to people's lives, is reminding them, you know, no one gets out of here alive. Have a laugh. And I think someone's actually going to give that energy to you now, right when you need it. You might be burnt out from constantly being that goofy energy, from constantly giving and giving and giving. Because I was saying about how I was like, you can bring the light, and not only for others, but you can feel it too. And for the fact that I needed to say that, some of you aren't feeling the effects of your love and your playful humour and things like that. I don't think you're actually feeling the effects that it has. I don't think you feel how much you lighten up other people's lives and bring so much. I just think you don't see that. You're seeing, you know, oh, I should bring some humour to this. It's very grey. But you're not actually feeling the impact you have on others. King of Swords, very intelligent. Very intelligent energy. I think, whew, King of Swords knows when to speak and when not to speak. King of Swords is very smart, and I mean, I've already kind of said that. I think there's something where, because of your goofiness, your lightheartedness, your silliness, your childish humour, sometimes people could perceive you to be like, oh, you're kind of, you know, kind of childish. Like, there's something where people could just misunderstand or underestimate the level of intelligence you have, but I think you've kind of overlapped people when it comes to intelligence. So people think, oh, you're way behind us, and you're like, no, I've already gone round this circuit 10 times, buddy. I'm way ahead of you. I'm just now sitting behind you because I'm just feeling like you need some motivational speech. Like, there's something where you could, yeah, people think you're behind them. People are like, do you need a tow? Do you need me to help you out? You need a tow? You need a hand? And yeah, you're 10 laps ahead already. You're just acting like, you just look like you can't overtake them, but you could. You could with ease. But if you overtake them, then you won't get to see them for another lap. So why would you want to do, like, there's something where within me saying that, some of you could keep yourself small or shrink yourself or keep yourself in places you've outgrown in order to stick around people that you like or have become attached to. Five of Cups is regret, grief. Could be regret of sticking around places too long you'd outgrown. Could be grief of not growing sooner, grief of the time spent around people you may have believed to be one person and actually they're another. Take it as it resonates. Don't spend too long beating yourself up or feeling sad or regretting certain decisions, or, you know, not making decisions sooner to move on. Whatever this is about, don't beat yourself up, because if you knew what you know now, you would have done what you're doing now. There's a better way of saying that, but hopefully you got what I mean. If you knew then what you know now, you would have acted on it. I don't know. Emperor, this is you. You're an emperor. Man or woman doesn't matter. You're very powerful and you're in control of your mind. You're in control of your decisions. I really feel like this is you. I feel like this is you, and you're finding yourself not shrinking, not keeping yourself smaller, not trying to act behind in order to hang around people. Like, you have overlapped, you're way above, like, you're definitely not given credit for how much you know, because it's not a priority for you to show your intelligence, your reasons for doing things, the amount you know, the amount of wisdom you hold within. You don't need to show that off. You don't need to tell people how much you've experienced to now know better. You don't need to tell people how many lessons you've been through, how much you've gone through. Like, you're like, what would I gain from that? Like, you know, they're going through their own stuff. And there's something, I think there's this beautiful energy of you going from being seen as goofy, being seen as crazy, being seen as nuts, delusional, and then I think you're about to actually be seen as a lot more powerful. You're about to be seen, oh, actually, you're a genius. You're not goofy, you're not silly, you're not, you know. I think there's actually something about an apology coming through. Someone's going to apologize to me. I'm so sorry. I really genuinely thought you were, like, kind of a lot dumber than you are. Sorry about that. I really didn't, or I didn't trust your advice, Knight of Swords. I didn't trust your guidance or your advice. I should have. And then you're like, it's alright. I'm used to it with this Emperor. But probably don't do it again next time. Like, there's something where you're about to be a lot more respected. But also, you're not gonna betray yourself. You're still gonna let yourself be silly and goofy and be seen as crazy and be seen as delusional. You're not gonna shy away from who you really are and bringing that kind of random, goofy, like, colour. You bring colour into people's grey lives. And you're not gonna shy away from doing that just because a few people started to underestimate or belittle you for it. You're like, you're seeing the bigger picture, you're beyond that, and you're like, life needs more colour, life needs more vibrance. I'm not going to stop being who I am. Six of Cups. I'm amazing. I'm amazing. Someone give me something. I'm amazing. Give me an award. I am the best psychic here. Just kidding. But Six of Cups. Got a bit too confident there, didn't I? Emperor. My bad. Six of Cups is the energy of your inner child, right? Children, playfulness. Like I said, with the Knight of Swords, very interesting that even came out for me, because Knight of Swords, nothing about inner child, nothing about, but look at all the colour in that. You're bringing humour, childishness, and not childishness as in like, oh, you're childish. I mean playfulness, right? Letting your inner child out to play and not feeling dumb, not feeling silly, not feeling goofy, you're willing to be seen as goofy, as silly, as young, as dumb. You're not bothered. Like I said, you've overlapped most people around you many, many times. You feel very much, I think you know now, your priorities are set. As long as you are bringing light and love where there was not any. No matter who says what, you know you're fulfilling your purpose as long as you're lighting up spaces that were dark when you found them. Clarify the King of Swords. Temperance. I think for a while you might have... I really get this energy. I was actually getting Robin Williams come through. And you know how Robin Williams is like so funny? So funny. But he also kind of like, if you look into his eyes, he seems like a very sad man from my perception. He seems like a very sad man in his life. But he also brought so much light to others. He brought so much, you know, that's the energy. And that's what I got for some reason from this King of Swords. He was so funny. He was able to come up like just so much very quickly. Very smart to do that, right? Because intelligence and humor are tied together. If someone's very funny, because they're very smart. Temperance here, I think there's something where you're finding your fire and you're finding your excitement for your life again. You're finding this balance of your wits, your intelligence, but also your fire within you, your passion, your excitement to get up in the morning. Like there's this balance now of not only bringing light to others' lives, but going, yes, my life is important too. My life is important. I'm not just trying to bring humor and love and light and hope to others. I also want to bring that to me. And there's this like balancing, harmonizing, grace. I'm getting the word grace come through. That could be your name. But it's like there's no point prioritizing everyone else and making sure they have hope and excitement for their future, or like whatever this is, you really light up so much place. And for me to keep saying light is the star, right? And that is hope. You bring hope into places that are not feeling very hopeful. Look, and then I think you're now going, oh, I need to pour back into me and bring that hope to me as well. Because people can tell that it's coming from a stance of, I don't know, I think there's just something where it's... I think sometimes it feels more authentic to be given advice and know that the person giving you that advice is taking it themselves. So whatever this is about, if you're like playful around everyone else but not lighthearted and playful within yourself, people can tell it's not so much authentic, or that people can tell that it's one-sided, or that they can feel your energy depleting, and you're now giving back to yourself in order to come more powerfully, right? Emperor. You're going from the King of Swords, having this wit, having this humor, having this intelligence, and then you're going, oh, I regret not actually believing in myself. And then when you do, because you can't get back that time you spent not believing in yourself, you can't get back that time, but you can choose to never put yourself through that again, to never question your own capabilities ever again. And when you go, okay, cool, I'm never going to question my power ever again, and then you get you're this emperor, because you refuse to look back and go, what if I'd believed? What if I took my own advice? What if I had hope for my future, of which I install in everyone else? Clarify the Emperor. Justice fell on the floor. Some of you aren't realizing how much good is about to balance out all the bad you've been through, and that's what I really like about the Justice card, but also in life. I really like to remind people, if things are going or have been really heavy and really dark and really crap, there's usually a really, really, really beautiful light at the end of the tunnel. And I know that sounds, she doesn't know what she's talking about, but I really promise you I do. It's always when things feel the heaviest that they're about to switch up, and balance will be brought to your life. Of the amount of heaviness you felt, you're about to feel so much light, you're about to feel so much healing, you're about to feel so much hope. But again, that fell on the floor, so you can't see that. You can't see that coming. Whereas I feel like this power, this kind of level up you're having, I think you can kind of tell this is coming. You know it's about time that you saw your full potential. 8 of Pentacles with the Emperor. Some of you are about to take control and put in a lot more work where it matters. And what I'm trying to say by that is I think you're very, very, very hardworking. You have a lot of you've got a very good work ethic. Very, very, very good work ethic, and it's probably around your job, your career. The Emperor doesn't mess around. The energy now is, I think you're going, well, what if I invested this hard into what's actually important to me? And whether that's yourself and you're working on yourself, with the Lovers on the bottom, whether that's a relationship. But you're like, what would happen if I put in just as much effort into what matters to me most as I do put in effort into this thing or that? Like, I think there's something where sometimes we can go after what doesn't really matter, because it won't matter as much if it fails, or it won't matter as much if we don't reach the height of it, because it doesn't matter. And then with the Lovers on the bottom, there's something maybe coming in that matters so much to you that you're at risk of going, ooh, better not try it. Better not, because that's going to suck too much if I start to kind of hold on to it and then have to let go of it. That's going to, nah, I don't want to risk that. Don't want to risk feeling the loss of that. To hold something in my hand and then have to say goodbye, it's going to be very difficult. So there's something where if you put in the work, you're going to get it. But it's about having the courage to actually invest and put in work. I kind of want to get you another card. The World and the Two of Pentacles. Something about juggling. Yeah, some of you, there's something where you're watching this and you're like, I have no time. Eight of Pentacles, work. Emperor, you're your own boss. You work very hard for yourself or something like that. There's a side hustle. You might have 2 jobs and you're like, how am I supposed to invest in my relationship? Or the relationship coming in, how am I supposed to do that? I'm already busy. Two of Pentacles is successfully juggling. You're going to make time. You're going to make it happen. I always think of David Beckham. This is so random. I've watched that documentary probably 3 times now on Netflix of David Beckham, and he would leave work, drive to see Victoria, see her for like a minute or 2, drive back, right, to go play for some more football. Like, there's something here where if you prioritize something, you can make it happen. If you want something bad enough, you can make it happen. So make it happen. In the world, there's like a whole new world opening up for you when you realize what you want, you can have. If you're willing to work hard enough to get it, and you know you can work hard. You know you can work hard. Please, there's this huge energy of this whole thing of believing you can have what you want because you're willing to put in the work and because you've already built this strong work ethic. If you believe you can have this, you can have it. If you put in the work, you can have it. There's no question. You're only going to regret not trying, because I feel as if you think back, everything you've wanted that you've actually worked for, you've gotten it. That you've believed you can have, you've gotten it. If you're one of my 7 stalkers and you're taking this as me saying you can have me, that's not me doing that, by the way. I'm going to wrap this reading up here. Thank you so much for watching. If anything I said resonated, please let me know by liking and subscribing. And I'll see you when I see you.